and gentlemen, welcome to Unesa Summer State University Joint Courses 2022, Day 3. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Indira Prameswari and I will be the Master of Ceremony of this event. Before we start our agenda today, I will inform you about our rules that should be paid attention to. First, please rename your username based on the name that you are registered in Google Form. Second, participants must mute the microphone during the section except the moderator asks you to unmute the microphone. Third, you must fill out the entry ticket and the exit ticket that will be given during the section. Fourth, you need to ask some questions during the Q&A section. You can raise your hand using the emoticon or type your question on the chat box. That's the rules of our agendas today. Is there any question? Okay, I think it's clear. So we gather here in Unesa Summer State University 2022, Day 3 to learn about Indonesian arts and culture. Before that, we will watch the recap video about Unesa Summer State University 2022, Day 2, which was held yesterday, Monday, the 4th July. So happy watching and enjoy the video.
That mindfulness. So mindfulness can help you to decrease your anxiety and your depression.
Feel like sun on my skin. So this is love. I know it is. I know it sounds super cliche, but you make me feel some type of way. This is falling in love. I got a lot on my mind, got some more on my plate. My baby got me looking forward to the end of the day. What you say? You and me, just forget about the past, throw it in the trash. What you say? You and me, live the life we never had, like we're never going back. Feel like
Okay, that's the recap video about Unesa Summer State University 2022, Day 2. And then, for a brief information, here are our agendas for today's event. First, there is an opening that has already done. Second, there will be a presentation from the first speaker, Budinari Listia Putri, about the story of Surabaya. And in this section, will be guided by Pak Asrori as moderator. Hello, Pak Asrori.
Hello.
Okay, how are you today?
Really good. Thank you. How are you, Mbak Dinara?
I'm also pretty good.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So, and then, third, we have ice breaking for 30 minutes that will be guided by my friend. Fourth, there will be the presentation from the second speaker, Pak Latif Nur Hasan, about Indonesian folk music. And the last, there will be conclusion by moderator and also closing. That's our agendas for today's event. So, we will enter the main section, the presentation section, and I will give time for Pak Asrori to lead the section. But before that, I want to ask you guys, so the participants, are you ready for this section? You can unmute your microphone to answer me.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, okay, great to know you are ready for this event. Now we will enter the main section that will be guided with Pak Asrori. Pak Asrori, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Mbak Dinara, as the MC for today. Dinara? Indira, I'm really sorry, because your name is quite similar with the first speaker for today's agenda for today's meeting. Thank you very much, Mbak Nadira, for the opening ceremony for today. Thank you very much. Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of Unesa Summer State University Summer Course 2022, welcome to the third day yeah, of the SSU USC 2022 today. And as you know that today is the third day, yeah, for the summer course this year, and today it is going to be very exciting topic, yeah, delivered by the two speakers today, as being informed by the MC, yeah, Mbak Nadira. Today that there will be two different topics, yeah, delivered by two different speakers today. The first one is talking about in Surabaya historical timeline. Here, yeah, the speaker will bring you to Surabaya, feel how Surabaya is, and also because there will be also live streaming, means that there have been four spots being ready to show you, and there will be there's been the reporters on that four spots. And the second one, there will be Indonesian dangdut music and also tembang, means that today you are going to know more about Indonesian traditional music tembang and also dangdut as the music of Indonesian country. So ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of USSU USC 2022, are you ready to start today's agenda? Hello? Good. Yeah, very good. Okay, before I start today's agenda, I just want to know your response for the last agenda that was talking about mental and physical health. I do believe that after having the mental and physical health yesterday, yeah, you got a lot of knowledge, and then you are now healthy mentally and physically, isn't it? Are you now okay today? Yes, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, means that you are ready to start today's agenda. As I informed to you that today's agenda is Indonesian art and cultures. The topics delivered for today is Surabaya historical timeline and Indonesian dangdut music and tembang. Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of USSU USC 2022, let's start today's meeting by inviting our first speaker, our first distinguished speaker, that is Ibu Dinar Listia Putri. Hello, Ibu Dinar.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm greatly fine, and actually Surabaya is a little bit cloudy today.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So
but not, your spirit, your heart is not cloudy as the cloud today.
No. Everyone in Surabaya is very uplifting my mood.
Okay, great. Dear participants of USSU USC 2022, here is our first speaker today, Ibu Dinar Listia Putri, that will deliver Surabaya historical timeline. Ibu Dinar will bring you into Surabaya's life. Yeah, we'll talk about the story of Surabaya, and then she will also show you the important places of Surabaya. Before I start, I give the time to Ibu Dinar. I will read the CV of Ibu Dinar first. Yeah. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the participants, here is the short CV of Ibu Dinar. Her name is Dinar Rizky Listia Putri. She is the lecturer at History Department of Faculty of Social Science and Law, State University of Surabaya. And her field of interest is history, psychohistory, and history education. And he started her works experience since 2018-2019 as a global Islamic boarding school, followed by 2022-2021 in Telecom Foundation. And 2020 now, she is now becoming the lecturer at the University of Surabaya, or Unesa. And her academic record in 2010-2014, she finished her bachelor degree at the University of Malang, Universitas Negeri Malang, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, seems that we are from the same university, Ibu. I was also from the University of Malang, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, and then 2015 and 2017, yeah, she finished her master's degree at the University of Surabaya. Yeah, and then she can be reached through email dinarlistiaputri at unesa.ac.id. So later, if you still have any questions about the history of Surabaya, you can send your question through email dinarlithiaputri@unesa.ac.id. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the participants of your SSU USC 2022, before I give the time to Ibu Dinar, let's watch the promptu video.
The Indonesian leaders in Surabaya faced the most difficult decision. There was a boy who knew courage, honor, and humanity. A messenger of peace to his enemies, his leaders, and his people.
I hate everything that makes a war.
But I do not dare, sir.
It's only you, Musa, I can trust.
You're just a child.
Messenger boy.
Where is the code?
Sometimes we'll never know success. Sometimes we're afraid to see our own courage. But these just make you see that everything you believe is faith.
Cleverness is not only here, but also here. There is no victory in war.
The war would only leave suffering and cause everything to be lost. Battle of Surabaya.
Okay, what a great video. It is not an ordinary cartoon, but it is a cartoon of Battle of Surabaya. It will lead to the discussion about the history of Surabaya. I think we cannot wait for any further. Yes, Ibu Dina has been here. She'll talk about the history of Surabaya. Ibu Dinar, yeah, time is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Asrori, for the great introduction. And but first, before I start my, let's say it's just my normal place, I would like to correcting my own curriculum vitae. I made some mistakes, so actually I wasn't graduated from State University of Surabaya, but 11 Maret University. I don't know what was on my mind that time.
Yes.
Okay. First, now we are going to talk about the history of Surabaya, and once we are talking about Surabaya, it means we are talking about the city of heroes. Well, it's such a grand title, and now we are trying to know what made this city is worth to be called as City of Heroes. Surabaya on historical timeline, and now please do move on the next. Sorry. Next slide, please. Okay, a city isn't so unlike a person, and it has layers that people might show, just like people. City was just like that. So there are a lot of stories to tell. They see manifest, and and they tear things down and make them new again. I quote this from Rasmania Massaud. So based on this quote, I should inform you that a city has been going through at least 4 phases. First, it is pre-city phase, and then traditional phase. The last one is the modern phase, and the last one is post-city phase. That was when that's the phase when a city is actually collapsed. Okay, next. Okay, this is an introduction to a city called Surabaya. Okay, based on the historical review, so there is no clear record about the time when the city called Surabaya was first founded. So people usually rely on the story of Sura and Baya. So Sura is like whale.
Yes.
Or what is a whale, right? And Baya is crocodile. It is a rural legend that merely tells us about how a whale and a crocodile fought. They were involved in a battle to claim their territories. So that was that's the rural legend that we actually rely on. Well, there is a reason why people keep relying on this story, because we couldn't find the answer yet about how the city was founded. So about how the city was founded, so we get back to the rural legend again and again. But what is actually written in history? So the name of Surabaya itself was actually mentioned in Trowulan inscription. It is from 1358 after this, and Negara Kertagama book, it is from 1365 after this. It was written as Surabaya alongside with some other region name. And the city is also located in a port. It is an international port, interinsular, one of the busiest port in East Java. It's called Ujung Galuh, but unfortunately we couldn't find we cannot find the trace of Ujung Galuh. As long as I know, Ujung Galuh was on Brantas River. So yeah, actually it's a little bit unfortunate for us for not being able to trace the Ujung Galuh, since it is one of the vital infrastructure back then. Okay, next. Now this is Surabaya. This was Surabaya in 1920, if I'm not mistaken. So, and the one you see is Kalimas or Mas River. It is one of the branch of Kali Brantas or Brantas River, and it is the main back then in Surabaya. This river was the main transportation. So yeah, since we adapted Amsterdam's transportation, so that's why the Kalimas become the main transportation. Next. Okay, what's so special about Surabaya? Surabaya is one of the cities that in Indonesia that grows with egalitarianism. So this egalitarianism is embodied as the city was formerly a place of exile that Mataram Kingdom set up. Besides, the city was also the melting pot. So what is melting pot? Melting pot is the place when when various cultures are melting into one at one place. Since we were talking about Ujung Galuh back then, and Ujung Galuh was once of the busiest interinsular port. That's why there are various people from different backgrounds and of course different nations. They were interacting with each other, and that's why Surabaya becomes the melting pot. So it's not so weird that we are mingling very well with each other, right?
Yeah, right.
That's what makes Surabaya is so special. So yeah, you know, like when we meet each other, we can just say, can I say that?
Yes, of course. It is free for us to say because I'm talking about trade in Surabaya.
Back then I know this phrase as not so polite to be forced. Yeah, it's kind of swearing word. But now that word, it's become one of the expression to set the conversation between each other. Like, hello, Cok. That's kind of egalitarianism we are talking about. Hence, Surabayans people, we usually identify them as Arek Surabaya, or Arek means body or yacht, are typically easygoing and open-minded persons and pay little to formality unless to elders. So yeah, we are being polite only to elders, but not to our same age friends. So that's why once we are talking with our same age friend, we are just going to hello cho. That's it. But once you are, please don't do that in front of elders. They are going to smack you for that. Okay, next. Okay, today's virtual trip, we will visit 4 places. This one is Nias Building, and the next one is House of Cokro Aminoto. The third is Majapahit Hotel, and the last one is Jembatan Merah. So for a brief, Nias Building is Netherlands Indische Artsen School, or it was a medical school for Javanese, or we usually call it as Sekolah Dokter Jawa. And then the second one is House of Cokro Aminoto. It's kind of shared House of Cokro Aminoto. There were some founding fathers who spent their days there. So it is like Mr. Sukarno, SM Kartosuwiryo, and Semaun. I choose those 3 because we are going to talk about how the 3 are actually different, but they are actually mingling with the egalitarianism of Surabaya. And then Majapahit Hotel, it was one of the old Armenian hotel of Majapahit, and it is a symbolic place where Arek Surabaya tore the blue part of the Netherlands flag back then in 1945. And the last one is Jembatan Merah Kalimas. Now that's why that's the special place we had on the painting back then. Okay, next. Okay, Nias Building. Education is one of the most powerful weapons you can use to change the world, and that's what happened when I talk about Nias. Next. Okay, this one is Nias Building, and you will be completely amazed when you realize that the building is almost still the same up till now. I took this from Tropen Museum, Netherlands. It was like from 1920. Okay, next. Okay, Netherlands in this arts and school. So Dutch political ethics was one of the colonial policies. It was ruled from 1901 up to 1942 and worked on 3 main problems. It was there were irrigation, education, and migration. To the Netherlands in this was never the top reason. It was still beneficial to them. So why did I say it was beneficial to us, to Indonesian? Because through the education, through this political views, we actually experienced the first Western educational program ever. So Nias was officially opened in 1930. The school later transformed into GHS and then into CBZ after independency, and NIAS becomes Erlangga University. So back then actually Erlangga University only had one faculty, and it was medical faculty. NIAS was once the education institution that specializing in medical school aside from Stovia. So there are two famous medical school in Netherlands in this, or Dutch East Indies. They were NIAS and Stovia. Stovia was located in Jakarta. Meanwhile, NIAS it was in Surabaya. It was set up, and actually it was only a mandatory educational program since Netherlands was ruling the political agenda. That one I called that ethic politics. Dutch political ethics. So it was actually just a mandatory, but the mandatory itself gave us the benefit. Later, NIAS students were aware of nationalism and independence right. Their ideas start growing and influencing people. Then that's what made us finally realize that we won't be able to reach the independence if we are not uniting in the same path and in the same idea. So that's what made us mobilize to fight for Indonesian freedom. So NIAS is the heritage that become the proof of political and educational revolution in Dutch East Indies. By that mean, by the political revolution. Yeah, by the political revolution, I mean it went from conservative ideas to the liberal one, and by the educational revolution, I mean we are finally having the Western school aside from traditional religion-based schools such as pesantren. So now, to enrich your idea about NIAS, we are going to connect with our reporter.
The reporter in NIAS. Hello. Who is in NIAS building? Baisi Khairunisa, and also the Baisi, hello, can you hear us? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there are two reporters in NIAS building. As being mentioned by Ibu Dinar, that it is a very important building, especially for education and also political relationship in Indonesia. Now, but IC is ready right now. As you can see the picture over there. Hello, Mbak. Yeah. Okay, you can start the live report from NIAS building.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Unesa, studying for reporting for Common Core 2022. I am here, like Antadola Indonesia or commonly known by its initial NIAS. Like members, it was officially opened in 1930. This body was the medical furniture for Japanese and other students which operated in Surabaya from 1939 to 1942. This school had central management but has become Japanese Public Hospital and then involved with Education or DDT. After Indonesia independence, the school was incorporated into Erlangga University, as you can see right now. And in the competition for the list of the buildings, it is as 100 years ago. And you can see right now, the building is the same, like featured on our presentation. Nothing has changed. And because of that, the most of people think that this building will be designed by women is by starting. If you are visiting Surabaya, this is one of the recommended destinations. In case you can take a picture with a building that has unique style. Alright, Mr. Arthur, yes, that's all from my last report. I'll just wait about
Thank you very much. Yeah, from Nias Holding. Can you move a bit your camera so we can see wide range of the Nias Holding? But can you move a bit your camera, right and left? Yeah, to make the audience see the building widely. Okay, good. Thank you. Wow. An old artistic building.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
And it is still the same, just like when it was built for the first time.
Good. Yeah, I do believe that not all of Indonesian participants here, especially Surabayans, know this voting. I think starting from today, ladies and gentlemen, especially those coming from the Philippines, if you come to Indonesia, if you come to Surabaya, it should be the first destination you have to come.
Right.
Yeah. Ibu Dinar, here is stated Fakultas Kedokteran. Is it still used as the campus of kedokteran or the pharmacy?
It is still used as the faculty, as the
right.
medical faculty. And truthfully, I was one of the people you mentioned. I didn't know this Nias building. This Nias building is still existing till the time. I mean,
great.
how could this kind of building, this old building, is still standing still and it is well managed?
Right.
And look.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Mbak. Thank you very much for the live report from the Nias. Now let's go to the next, Ibu Dinar. Thank you. Bye.
See you.
See you.
Okay, let's move to the next house, to the next building. Okay, now we are moving to house of Cokro Aminoto. So one brief to describe Cokro Aminoto. He is not a teacher, he is an awakener. Okay, next. Okay, this is a picture I also took from Tropen Museum. SE or Sarekat Islam or Islamic Union. It was specially founded in Central Java. It was like from 1920. The picture was from 1920. Next. Okay, Cokro Aminoto and his role. Haji Umar Said Cokro Aminoto was the author of Islam and Socialism. He was a prominent Indonesian figure who played a leading role in Indonesian nationalist movement in the early of 20th century. He was a leader of Sarekat Islam or Islamic Association. Actually, SI or Sarekat Dagang Islam, it was Sarekat Dagang Islam back then. It was actually founded by Kiai Haji Samanhudi, who was concerned by the economic endeavor, such as trading competition against the Chinese domination. So back then in Central Java, there was economic gap between the locals and the Chinese and the Chinese people. So knowing that there will be a monopoly by the Chinese, that's why Kiai Haji Samanhudi start the Sarekat Dagang Islam. And after Haji, at first this organization only focused on the economic field, and we are talking about the trading, such as batik trading and so on. But after being changed into SE or Sarekat Islam or Islamic Association, the organization start having political view in their program. So after being unanimously selected as the next president of SE, how as Cokro Aminoto combined Islamic religious sentiment and nationalist consciousness to voice their disappointment with Dutch, as the Dutch are ruling the Dutch was ruling the Netherlands in this. And then SE successfully attracted significant numbers of followers. If I'm not mistaken, it reached like 300,000 followers who envisaged the independence of nation. and House Cokro Aminoto was a leader who ran the movement. And well, House Cokro Aminoto was not alone. He then being a teacher for some founding fathers, some important founding fathers you will be familiar with. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, this Cokro Aminoto and the Three Musketeers, I called them Three Musketeers. So since I said House Cokro Aminoto was a teacher, he was a teacher for Semaun, Soekarno, and Kartosuwiryo. Those the three were living together in his house, shared the same room even, and the three of them learning to speak and write in Dutch, global knowledge mostly about world's political view and Islam. One thing that is really special about Cokro Aminoto, he was progressing from a santri into Islamic leader with such open-minded soul. So usually once we are attracted to one political view, we will be neglecting the other's view. But what is so special about Cokro Aminoto, he was willing to learn about anything. He is willing to he gave them freedom to choose any path, even if his students were learning about communism back then. Since Islamic and communism nowadays are not so great to be combined, but back then Cokro Aminoto really let them just learn about anything, and because everything will be good as well. So and their small circle and their small study circle proved that the egalitarianism value which embodied in Surabaya soul is being taken seriously. So educations and the spreading of nationalism consciences aren't limited in an institution, but also from small place or mere place like shared house, or well, we usually identify it as kos-kosan, like how a small place like that being the core of the movement. And history studies later played big roles in the process of Indonesian's independence. Semaun led ESDV or Communist Party, Soekarno led PNI, Nationalist Party, and Kartosuwiryo worked as the reporter, also being part of PSII, Islamic Socialist Party. So those three were working on different paths, but they had the same teacher. That's so I don't know, like how much is it going someone till you just mingle well when you have different perspective, different political view, and different dreams, for sure. Okay, now to get deeper into this place, let's just connect to our reporter there.
Hello. Yes, we've connected with Mbak Asa in Host Cokro Aminoto. Really sorry, Ibu Dinar.
Yeah.
How to read HOS atau host? Previously, I just call it Host Cokro Aminoto. Is it right, or how to pronounce it?
Actually, it is an abbreviation. Haji Umar Said.
And then how to say it?
Well, I was just going with HOS.
HOS? Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, the Policy of SSU USC 2022, that we've been connected with Mbak Asa from Host Cokro Aminoto Pudding. She'll report the Host Cokro Aminoto. Mbak Asa? Are you listening? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Please have your time.
This museum has 140 collections from books, properties, and photographs of activities during the Indonesian independence movement, as well as photographs of several in the international figure who has studied the question from this house was inaugurated at the museum on November 27, 2017 by the mayor Unesa as one of the historical preservation of Surabaya. This house is located on the Bridge of Seven, number 29 to 31, near other historic sites like the Bridge, another bookstore, Kapapele, also out of the house. This museum has some of the most in this museum including the living room where during the West, study and also discuss with their art bread. In the single house, some projects with his wife who has begin and discussion during the Tari Anwar Harsono, Islamia, and Kevin Ahmad. They are lived in the front line divided into 10 small rooms for the boarding students like Soekarno, Musto, Alimi, Pastor Kubiria, etc. But in the museum, people only get to see the strong couple that presented on the and in the our private room, we will see his voice next to the breast according to the information of the portrait. Simple being looked and decorated in his wife in that way, as well as the house. This museum is open from today to Saturday, 9 p.m. And because today is November 14th at 4 p.m., so the museum is already closed. And you can visit this museum for free by using cat, online, and cat Pusat Surabaya, or feel free to book on the spot, or you can also book a cat tour from Surabaya and join our express online, or on the spot at Surabaya Tourism Center to enjoy the cultural and historical tour in Surabaya. This is all from me. Thank you, Mr. Nara and Mr. Arifadi.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Asa, for the live report
you,
from
Mbak Asa.
host Sokro Aminoto. Unfortunately, the live reported of they couldn't go inside to the museum because it is now
closed.
almost 5 o'clock and it has been closed. And of course, yeah, it is a kind of trigger for the participants to come to Surabaya, to get into the museum to see how big the museum is.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Asa. Hello. Thank you very much for the live report. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, dear ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the second important place of Surabaya. That is House of Unesa Museum. And then before going to the third and fourth places of important places in Surabaya, I just want to remind you, please, for the participants, if you have any question, you can type your question in the chat box room. So I read the question and then Bu Dinar will answer the question. Okay, thank you. Now let's go to the next, Ibu Dinar.
Let's go to the next place. It is Majapahit Hotel. A memorable event happened in a memorable place either. Next. So this hotel is was actually born as Orange Hotel. This is the picture I got from KITLV. It went from Orange Hotel to LMS Hotel to Yamato Hoteru, and then it becomes Majapahit Hotel. Next. This is the Orange Hotel's museum from Tropen Museum. Lounge. It is the lounge. Next. Okay, Orange, LMS, Yamato, Mandarin Orange, Majapahit Hotel. Well, this hotel had been changing their name, its name multiple times. So the hotel was first established in 1910 by the Sarkis family from Armenia. So, if I'm not mistaken, the name is Lucas Sarkis. And well, Lucas Sarkis, if I'm mistaken. So, so they basically chose Surabaya to expand their hospitality business because this city is is one of the busiest city in Indonesia, and it was related to the existence of Hujung Galuh in Sungai Brantas, or in Brantas River or Kalimas River. That's why the family built this hotel here. And Orange Hotel was also the oldest stars hotel in the town, with colonial and Armenian architecture style. A historical event happened there when Arek Surabaya, who joined Jibakutai. Jibakutai is like pasukan berani mati.
Yes.
Size pasukan berani mati. How do you
Pasukan berani mati.
Yeah.
It is a kind of warrior, or people has no fear. People has no fear to fight.
Yeah, they have no fear to die. Even if they have to die, they are going to do that. They were led by Sudirman, the famous military general in Indonesia during the independence war era. They demanded the manager who raised the flag, the Netherlands flag on top of Orange Hotel, to get it down, since it was raised after Indonesian independence. And but the manager didn't pay any shit on that. The manager didn't budge a bit. So Arek Surabaya, if I'm not mistaken, there are two young guy who then there were two young guy who climbed to the top of this hotel and get they took down the flag and tore the blue part by themselves before they raised it again. So psychologically speaking, Orange Hotel was one of the famous place and being the face of Surabaya itself. So why did people bother to climb to this hotel only to tear the flag? It's because they are choosing to protest. There was a symbol to wake up the whole city. Like, look at this, look at us, look at this place, look at Hotel Majapahit, look at Orange Hotel. I took this flag down, and so you should be doing that in every time you see the Netherlands flag. That's the psychology, that's the psychological analysis of that. So yeah, we are going to have the live report from Majapahit Hotel.
Hello, reporters from Majapahit Hotel, are you listening? Please, over there.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, very clear. Oh, Mbak Unique is over there. Mbak Unique, with whom you are over there, the cameraman, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems that you are across the hotel.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry for. Okay. So the hotel that has a highly social value is Hotel Majapahit. Hotel Majapahit is the one Surabaya historical site which has created the best hotel of Surabaya in 1945. This hotel is located on Jalan Surabaya. Now, Hotel Majapahit with a rich history in it.
Wow, thank you very much. The great reporter from Majapahit Hotel, Orange Hotel. Thank you, Mbak Yunik, and also Mas Jarul from Hotel. Please show us the shopping center nearby the hotel, please. So it is not only the old building, but the new building also over there.
Okay.
Can you turn on the camera to see the shopping center? I think it is nearby Tunjungan Plaza, isn't it?
Yeah, that should be near Tunjungan.
Okay, guys. Yeah. That is the Majapahit Hotel, Orange Hotel, the most.
That's the flagpole.
Yeah, that is one, the flagpole. Yes,
flagpole.
right. So, old historical hotel, and up to now, it is still used at the hotel.
As one of the stars hotel.
Okay, good. Yeah, what makes us amazed is that a lot of people want to stay at the hotel to feel the history of Surabaya. And of course, to feel the spatial feeling living in a very old place. But good. Thank you very much, the reporter from Majapahit Hotel or Orange Hotel or Yamato Hotel. Now let's go into the next place.
Let's go to the next place. The last one is Jembatan Merah. Next. Okay, this is Jembatan Merah was known as the Road Brook. I took it from KITL via Ether. So it connected Kembang Jepun Street to Residency Kantor or well, in Indonesia we call it Kantor Bupati, but now it's no longer there. Around this bridge you can find international building, which was also part of which was also the historical place actually that related to Battle of Surabaya. Next. Now this one is the Road Brook from the Tropen Museum. It's just from different angle. Okay, Jembatan Merah, it was known as the Road Brook. It was bridge on Kalimalang which connected that one. I already explained it. Kembang Jepun to Residency Kantor, and the bridge was the main traffic road during colonial period. So it shows you how much important the Kalimas was in the colonial trade route, which also implied the influence of Amsterdam urban planning in Surabaya. So Surabaya is one of the most representative city when we want to experience the colonial city. So if you want to feel how Amsterdam was back then in 1920, just come to Surabaya around the Jembatan Merah and Gerahadi building. You will find the Amsterdam vibes from 1920. So yeah, a historical event also happened there. So when General Malaby from Britain, Britain was Netherlands ally back then in World War II, was killed by Indonesian troops due to miscommunication between British armies and Surabayans. So he was killed by an unidentified soup. And the Ansat is a young Indonesian man, and his death was the trigger for the Britain's armies to declare the fight against Indonesia. So some of you probably just frowning and questioning why the heck the Dutchmen were going back to Indonesia even after the country declared their independence. Well, it was caused by the global agreement. So back then Indonesia was snatched by Japan from Netherlands position after hundreds of years. Since after hundreds of years, this nation was under Netherlands colonization. Japan took over it in 1940 by the Kalijati Agreement. So and then Japan was involved in World War II, and unfortunately Japan was defeated by the Allies. By the United States, as the United States dropped 2 bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki back then at 6 and 9 of August 1945, and considering that situation, actually the Allies, or I mean the United States, Britain, and Netherlands were allowing to acquire Indonesia again. But our founding fathers were smart enough to seize the opportunity. So on the transition period, on such short transition period, it was just 3 days transition. Our founding fathers declared our independency. But since it is not well now, so the allies try to acquire Indonesia. So that's why there was Battle of Surabaya after 1945, and the battle was actually long lasted enough, like it was like for 1 month or something, and the war itself start at Jembatan Merah Surabaya. So yeah, how about we get the live report from Jembatan Merah?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, thank you, Bu Dinar. Hello.
Hello,
We
reporter.
have Mas Axel and also Mas Arfan. Are you listening? Oh yeah, right. Okay, Mas Axel, you are now in Jembatan Merah Surabaya. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the participants of SSU 2021, let's have the live report from Jembatan Merah Surabaya. Mas Axel, tell me sir. Okay, thank you, Mas
Okay,
Axel,
thank you,
also Mas Arfan from Jembatan Merah Pasa.
Jembatan
A very interesting places.
Yes.
Yeah, the Jembatan Merah is surrounded by important buildings too.
Yes.
Yeah, benar.
Yes, one of them is international building, so it is like a home base for the Alice and Netherlands after our independence. So during the independence war, the international building was acquired as the home base for military.
Oh, for military. Great. Yeah, thank you very much, Mas Aksan. Also, be careful. There are a lot of vehicles over there. I also see becak pedicab over there. Yeah, it is a kind of traditional vehicle from Indonesia. I do not know whether Philippines also has that kind of vehicle, pedicab, atau we call it as becak. Later, you have to share with us about your traditional vehicle. Okay, Ibu Dinar, 4 important places, yeah, in Surabaya, historical places. I think we still have a lot of important historical places in Surabaya.
Yes.
But today, we did not only explain the 4, means that we have to learn more. Yeah, we invite you, the Philippines, to come to Indonesia, to Surabaya, to see all of the important places, historical places in Surabaya. Bu Dinar, any other information you want to share?
Well, it's actually just an intermezzo. Well, I am greatly admiring how the government have such a sense of jokes once they were painting the bridge with red
red color.
So so actually red bridge or Jembatan Merah, we can understand it from 2 perspectives. First, it is a bridge with red color, and the second one, why it's called red bridge, because because back then during the independence war in Surabaya, I mean during the Battle of Surabaya, the bridge and the river under the bridge were completely red from the blood. Yes.
Oh my God.
Because there was like a massacre there. So
right. So Jembatan Merah, it is not only the color, but historically, it was also the place where people fight against the Netherlands.
Netherlands versus the locals.
Local people, Surabayanis, and the Netherlands fight against over there, and the blood,
and the blood was
on the river.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, talking about Surabaya history, the city of hero, it is never end discussion talking about it. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I think, is it the end of the information?
At the end of the information, of course, but we can have another chit-chat session.
Right. Thank you very much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of Unesa Summer State University Summer Course 2022, those are all the information about important historical buildings in Surabaya. As I informed to you before, that those are only parts of important historical buildings in Surabaya. There are still a lot of important historical buildings in Surabaya, so please come to Indonesia. Hello, Philippine students. Come to Indonesia, come to Surabaya, and then visit all of the important places. Indonesian students, hello. Yeah, I do believe that some of you just know those places. So please, if you come to campus, if you live in Surabaya, and then go to that places to feel the history over there, and then to learn more about how Surabaya is raised. And now we go to the question answer session directly. Okay, before I go to the participants question, one question, Ibu Dinar, about those important places and about the position of Surabaya, among Indonesia as the whole country. We know that Surabaya is called as Hero City, and a lot of important buildings, historical places, and also important people were living in Surabaya. But nowadays, how is the position of Surabaya itself in terms of the Indonesia as a big country?
Well, as a big country, actually, Surabaya is catching up Jakarta for sure. I mean, I can surely say that Surabaya is just like Jakarta, but in more chilling vibes.
I see.
So like well, you know, let's see how great the night view how great the night view is, and how the city itself is supported by small towns around like Sidoarjo, Gresik, Mojokerto. So it's basically Jakarta in another part of Indonesia.
Okay.
And yeah, considering Surabaya is one of the cities with some great schools.
Right.
So I consider this city is one of the city with the best future, I guess.
All right. Yes.
Future for sure. We have a lot of great people here, from politician to musician to just academical, like
Yes,
us.
right.
Yeah.
I do agree with you, Ibu Dinar, here talking about Surabayanis and also Surabaya as a big city. I think Surabaya has a very big important role, in shaping Indonesia as a big country. Yeah, Surabaya is a big hero city, or the city of hero, and you know that of course it takes a very I think I can say that it is the biggest role of the cities among Indonesian cities in Indonesia. Okay, dear participants, now let's come into the question and answer session. Any question in the chat box? No? Seems that we can go directly to the participants. Okay, anyone wants to ask a question, please raise your hand so I can call you, and then you can deliver your direct question. But before going to the discussion, hello, I want to ask one of the students from Philippines. Yeah, from Sama State University, Natura. Hello, Natura. Okay, good. You are there. Seems that you are interested in knowing Surabaya more. Yeah, you have heard about the history of Surabaya. Any question to Ibu Dinar? Okay, have your time.
Hello. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, is that the only question, or any other question from you? Okay, thank you, Natura from Sama State University. Ibu Dinar, the first question, I think you have to answer directly that question.
About Sura and Baya?
Yes, Sura and Baya.
A whale and a crocodile. Well, actually, it's just a rural legend, or well, there is no proof. There is nothing written that we can prove about this story. But one of the historical source I ever read, this battle of Surabaya, it's actually a symbolic story. So Sura is symbol. Sura was the symbol of Raden Wijaya, and the Baya, if I'm not mistaken, the Baya was wait, which one is Sura? Wait. And the Baya was Tartar troops, so they were Mongols. So both of them were involved in a battle. Considering that Surabaya is part of Majapahit kingdom back then, so people start to symbolizing the war by the Surabaya, by the Surabaya rural legend, by the whale and the crocodile. But I guarantee that there is nothing true about this Surabaya thing. It's just a legend we do pass to our generation. Well, but the real story is that.
Okay, Yeah, interesting stories. Yeah, one more that it is a legend. As you know, that legend can be true or not.
Can be true
yeah,
or
can
not.
be true or not. That's as being mentioned by Ibu Dina. That yeah, sometimes some people say that it's a kind of symbol between Surah and also between the whale and also crocodile. Whale represents Raden Wijaya, and then Paya represents Tata troops. They found each other. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for the question. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I think it is a time for us to have a ice breaking. Yeah, ice breaking. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Bu Dinar, unfortunately, we don't have much time to talk more about Surabaya.
I want to enjoy the experience.
Yes. Okay. As I mentioned before, that there was an email of Ibu Dinar. Yeah. For those who are still interested to know more about Surabaya, you can ask the question through the email or our email later. Ibu Dinar, yeah, the historian here, the person who knows very well about Surabaya, will tell you more about Surabaya, and of course, it will make you more interested in learning about Surabaya history. Ibu Dinar, thank you for today. A very great experience sharing about Surabaya. I think the participants today get a very wide view about how Surabaya performs to shape Indonesia as a very big country, as the important position of Surabaya as one of the important cities in our country.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ibu Dinar. See you again later. In a different moment. Now we come into ice breaking, but before having the ice breaking, let's see the very short video.
Can I enjoy?
The ice breaking session. From greeting from Indonesia. So the ice breaking session, the game will be, the title of the game is Quest the Song with Gamelan, and I'm sure that you guys already know Gamelan, especially Indonesian students. But first, let me introduce you what Gamelan is. Gamelan is the traditional ensemble music of the Javanese, Sundanese, and Balinese people of Indonesia, made up predominantly of percussion instruments. So the rules of the game: first, the host will play the instrument for 30 seconds, and then the participants must guess the title of the song by raising their hands. So let's just move on to the first song. Okay, the house, could you please help me to play the song? Okay, can you guess the song, guys? Can you hear the song? Okay, we are sorry. Can we just start from the first song? Okay, seems like the house still having a trust issue with the song, so we will try to keep presenting the song. And if the song is already has the title, just you can pretend that you don't know the title from the start. Okay, the house, is it already? Or for Philippine students, have you knows about gamelan maybe? Or what is gamelan? Or have you ever heard the gamelan instruments? You can raise your hand if you know about gamelan. No one knows gamelan?
Sorry, not so familiar with it.
Okay, who unmute their voice? Okay, anyone can describe what gamelan is? House, have you already prepared the song?
everyone. Seems like we have the technical issues, so we are sorry that we cannot do the ice breaking section. So after this, you can have a break for 50 minutes, and please come back to the Zoom session in 17 and 45. Thank you.
Introducing Surabaya Culinary. The first is one of the legendary culinary delights in Surabaya, namely Sate Klopo Ondomohen Bu Ase, which is located on Wali Kota Mustajab Street, number 36, Genteng, Surabaya. This place is very famous among the people in Indonesia. Many of artists in Indonesia have came to visit Sate Klopo in Surabaya. Sate Klopo in English is coconut satay. It's called coconut satay because the meat is marinated with peanut sauce and grated coconut before grilling. Then served with red onion, fresh ground chili, peanut sauce, and soy sauce. Because it is coated with coconut when making it, it makes the texture very soft, well marinated, and the coconut is not overpowering. Instead, it gives a savory impression when chewing the satay. Sate Klopo costs 24,000 rupiah for one serving. Now, we move to the second destination, Lontong Balap Pak Gendur. It is located on mentioned Professor Dr. Mustafa Street, number 11, Pacar Keling, Tambak Sari, Surabaya. Lontong Balap Pak Gendur has been started since 1956 by Pak Gendur. This place served lontong balap and scallop satay. This business is now continued by his children and has 2 branches in Surabaya. One portion of lontong balap consists of pieces of lontong, fried tofu, bento, and sprinkled with a lot of bean sprouts. Before serving, it is sprinkled with fried onions and soy sauce. After that, it is given a fresh bean sprout broth. The the last one, as a complement, we give the chili paste, or as known as petis in Surabaya, according to our taste. The taste created from the combination of lontong balap filling is very unique, spicy, delicious, and also refreshing. The price for one serving of lontong balap gendut is only 17,000 rupiahs. The next special food is rawon setan. It is located on Embong Malang Street, number 78, Genteng, Surabaya. Its name is rawon setan because the place is open until the early in the morning. This place is very famous in Surabaya and also in Indonesia. So, many photos of artists who tried rawon setan in this place are displayed on the walls. Rawon setan is served with a portion of rice, raw bean sprouts, and sambal on the side. And many side dishes are available such as salted egg, fried beef lung, crocodile, and many more. The special thing about rawon setan is the color of the broth, which is black. Moreover, the rawon broth is rich in spices and it has large chunks of meat. The taste of rawon setan in here is delicious, the meat is tender, and the most special is the fresh and richly flavored broth. The price of one rawon setan and one rice is 34,000 rupiahs. Last special food that we want to introduce is rujak cingur. It is located on Maspati Street, Bubutan, Surabaya. Rujak cingur use beef or buffalo muscle, while fruits and vegetables are served boiled or raw. The dish is assembled and covered with generous amounts of spicy Indonesian dressing made with shrimp paste, peanuts, sugar, and chili. Rujak cingur can often be found on the roadside. Rujak cingur has a variety of flavors. There are spicy, sweet, salty, sour, and fresh, all in one. A very delicious and nutritious combination because of the fruits and vegetables. The price for one serving of rujak cingur is 12,000 rupiahs. Thank you for watching.
Heroes Monument. Surabaya. The city is often known as the City of Heroes. The city also has a lot of history. one of which is the Battle of Surabaya on 10 November 1945. To remember the heroes who fought in the Battle of Surabaya on 10 November 1945, a magnificent monument was built in the middle of Surabaya city. This monument is also known as the Heroes Monument. This historic building is shaped like an inverted spike with a height of 41.15 meters and a diameter of 3.1 meters. Around the Hero Monument area, there are also statues and other buildings depicting the fight of Indonesian people, especially to commemorate the Battle of Surabaya on 10 November 1945. There is also a statue of former President Insinyur Soekarno and his deputy, Dr. Andes Muhammad Hatta, while reading the Proclamation of Independence. This monument has become one of the icons of Surabaya city that has a lot of history. November Museum. Surabaya city cannot be separated from the Battle of Surabaya on 10 November 1945. Besides Heroes Monument as a historical building to commemorate the Battle of 10 November, there is also the 10 November Museum located not far from the Heroes Monument. The museum building is shaped like small pyramids that contains a description of the war that occurred on 10 November 1945. We can see various weapons of war used in ancient times and the commentary focused during the Battle of 10 November 1945. The structure of the building itself consists of 2 floors. The first floor exhibits 10 statues that symbolize the fighting spirit of Arek-arek Surabaya. There is also a social drama of Bung Tomo's speech and a screening room.
Putih, maka selama itu tidak akan kita mau menyerah kepada siapapun juga.
While on the second floor, it is used as a weapons exhibition room. The production of the commentary focus and an exhibition of Bung Tomo's heritage collections. There is also a collection of Netherlands army equipment during war, such as flashlights, goggles, and army hats. There is also a collection of major Sukarno's items, the reproduction of documentary photos, and some dioramas. Through the 10 November Museum, we can get to know more about the history of Surabaya city.
Jembatan Merah, or translated as the Red Bridge, is one of the historical places for Surabaya people. It was the place where the bloody war between the people and the colonials took place. That was the one of that inspired the name of the bridge. Although the name has nothing to do with the real color of the bridge, that's how the locals have called the bridge for years. The bridge spanned over the Kalimas River to connect the eastern part, which area the Chinatown and Arab residents, with the western part of the river, the European area. and it made this area become the business center in the Surabaya back then, and today become an important commercial area. It was originally constructed from wood, then replaced with iron, coming from an agreement between Pakubuwono II and VOC, or Dutch East India Company. It was the place where Albertine Walter Southern Malaby, or for short AWS Malaby, the British Indian Army officer, and all his troops were killed by the local people. Besides preserving the history, Red Bridge can be used as the tourism spot because of many old and vintage buildings. They are still well preserved and used as bank and office. There are also many locations around this bridge that can be visited as well, such as Jembatan Merah Plaza, Taman Sejarah, Hongtie Yan Chinese Temple, Pabean Traditional Market, Ampel area, and House of Sampurna Museum.
Surabaya statue. This is the icon and the landmark of Surabaya. Named as Sura and Baya statue. Sura means shark and Baya means crocodile. Located forward of Surabaya Zoo. We call it as Kebun Binatang Surabaya or KBS. People believe that the icon cannot be separated from folklore. The story begins with the against of territory between shark and crocodile, which made the shark exhausted and made fertile to divide the territory. The sea for the shark, or Sura, and the land for the crocodile, or Baya. In a real meaning of the Sura and Baya statue was the symbol of the courage of Surabaya youth who are not afraid to face danger. The definition of symbolism of Sura and Baya statue, which located forward of Surabaya Zoo, beside of the folklore, the letter of Surabaya had a philosophy of fighting. Comes from Sura letter means safe, and Baya letter means jeopardy. Well, Surabaya means safe of jeopardy. The jeopardy it means was taken from the raid of Tartar trooper who could defeat by Raden Wijaya, and the day of the glories of Raden Wijaya we known as the anniversary of Surabaya, every May 31st. The function of the Sura and Baya statue is not only as the icon and landmark of Surabaya. Too many kinds of film took this place as the shooting film location was only to show that they were ever been in Surabaya. It also functioned as a domestic tourist and international tourist of the best capturing the moment in Surabaya. Location of Sura and Baya statue not only forward of Surabaya Zoo, it has also located into another location, the first around Kalimas River in a skating park and board of Ketabang Kali Street, and the second one on rounder of Tanjung Priok Street.
Okay, thank you. Welcome again to today's meeting. We come to the second section of today's meeting, still about Indonesian art and culture. Previously, we were talking about history of Surabaya. We've been around Surabaya, and now we are going to learn about Indonesian culture, that is dangdut as the music of Indonesian country, and also Javanese tembang. Okay, today we've got our second speaker for today, that is Pak Latif. Hello, Pak Latif, how are you?
Hello, I'm amazing right now.
Yeah, but Pak Latif is excited. Yeah, is excited to meet you all, and then Pak Latif. Yeah, before I go to Pak Latif, to give the time to Pak Latif, I'll read the CV or curriculum vitae of our second speaker for today, that is Pak Latif. It is still muted? Hello, everybody. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Seems that there is a technical problem. Test. There is no audio.
Cek.
Apa ini? Hello?
Cek.
Hello, everybody listen to me? Right now? Yes? Okay, good. Thank you very much again. Welcome to the second section of today's meeting. That is still about arts, Indonesian art and culture. Previously, we learned about history of Surabaya, and we come to some important places of Surabaya. Now we are going to see another culture of Indonesia, that is music. And today we are going to explore Indonesian music, that is dangdut music, and also one of the Javanese music, that is tembang. Of course, with the experts, with the singer, with the lecturer, from the Javanese department, that is Pak Latif. Before I give the time to Pak Latif, I want to read the curriculum vitae of Pak Latif. Pak Latif was born in Ngawi. Ngawi is one of the districts in East Java. 1 October 88. He is a lecturer of Javanese language and literature education study program. He is teaching seni tembang Jawa, Javanese tembang art. And of course, he is also a supervisor of students joining national competition of tembang, and the students became the champion on that competition. Not only a teacher, not only a lecturer, but also he is also an artist, you know. He is a singer. Once he won a competition, Campur Sari singing competition held by TVRI, one of the TV in Indonesia. And then of course he is also very active in one of the musical application that is called as Smule, isn't it? Yes, Smule, with the address at abahlala_URO2WIR. So come to that account and then see how Pak Latif. Hello, Pak Latif.
Hello.
He is here right now. Hello, how are you today?
Fine, I'm fine.
Fine. It seems that you are very excited today.
Excited and nervous.
Nervous and excited. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants of today's SSU Summer Course 2022. Pak Latif has been here, but to make sure that he is really a singer, let's listen to Pak Latif sing a song. Pak Latif, please, prove that you are a singer. You can say something to the participants first before sing.
Let me sing a more cepat song, Japanese song.
Japanese song, okay.
Yes.
memuji konjo yang witi kang amarpa gesang kang wenang rezeki Ati
wicara srupinuka.
Wow. Amazing voice, amazing song.
Yes.
That I'm sure, yeah, that the participants do not know that song because there is Javanese song. As an information, that Pak Latif is actually an expert in Javanese song, but he is also dangdut singer. So today, yeah, with Pak Latif, yeah, that's very tunable. Great, you are right, Mbak Melinda Putri, you are right. Yeah. Today we'll explore about Indonesian dangdut music and also Javanese tembang music with the experts here, Pak Latif. Yeah, Pak Latif. Yeah, we'll also dance today.
Yes.
Right. We are going to dance. Yeah. Pak Latif will invite you to dance today. Yeah. While talking about Indonesian dangdut music, because it is also very interesting talking about dangdut. Pak Latif, the time is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Asrori. Assalamualaikum. Good evening. My name Latif. Okay. I am lecturer at Javanese Language and Education study program. Now I will share you about the Indonesian music, especially about dangdut music and Javanese music or tembang Jawa. Okay, please share screen.
The slides.
My slide. The next slide. This is my opening song.
Oh, the song you are singing. Okay, good.
Ami witi memuji konjuk yang widi. Everything start with a praise to God. Okay. Kang amurbo gesang, who starts life. Kang wenang rezeki pati, who has the authority of glory and death. And this great ceremony began joyfully. Is nabangnya doa.
Yeah. Oh, it is a prayer. Yeah, it is a prayer to God. Pak Latif, we got the lyrics over there. Can you please sing one more that lyric? Okay. So everybody, hello, everybody. Can you listen and follow Pak Latif singing that song, please? Okay, let's have it.
Okay. Ami witi memuji konjok yang witi. Monggo.
Come on.
Come on.
Very hard. So very hard for the first time for them to see. Okay, perhaps later we can start another easy song, Pak Latif, to be followed by the participants. Okay, go on, Pak Latif.
Okay. Let's talk about Indonesian music first. Dangdut music.
Right.
Yes,
okay, I'm going to start talking about dangdut first.
Yes.
Okay, then, dear participants, please stay tuned and be ready to dance with Indonesian dangdut music, or dangdut is the music of our country, Indonesia. Go.
Next slide, please. Okay. Indonesian people definitely now know about dangdut. I strongly believe in this statement because dangdut music is always sang in various places and events, not only formal events but informal events. So I believe that Indonesian people definitely know about dangdut. So I want to share you about dangdut music. Okay, many people think that dangdut music will never die, even though Western music genres are also developing in Indonesia. I do believe for this in this statement because dangdut music fans are not only adults but also popularized again by young people, and even children. So dangdut will never die in Indonesia. Okay. Okay, next slide. Yeah. Dangdut music is very popular music in Indonesia. Some people can even dance when listening to dangdut songs, even though they don't understand the lyrics and the title of the song. And many people say that dangdut without dancing is like food without salt. Okay. After this, I will play the instrumental of dangdut music and to prove this statement. To prove this statement, all of you dancing with me if hear the
listen the music.
Listen the music dangdut. Okay. After this.
Okay. Right.
Ini ada lagunya Pak yang musik tanpa dangdut tanpa garam itu.
Okay, right after this there will be a song. And instruments actually played by the video, but there is also the song over there. Let's see the next slide. Oh, we go to history first or play the instrumental music first?
History.
Okay, go. Pak Latif.
We go to the history of dangdut. Dangdut music has its roots in Malay music that developed in the 1915s to the 1916s. The lyrics of the song are about love. Dangdut music is original from Indonesia, but is influenced by elements of Hindustani, North Indian, Malay, and also Arabic music. And then the influence of the three elements of the music genre indirectly creates a new music genre, namely dangdut music. Okay, next slide. The word dangdut comes from the sound of kendang. Kendang is instrument, a main instrument accompaniment of dangdut music. The sound kendang like tatung, dangdut, tatung, dangdut, tatung, dangdut, and the words dang and dut are used to refer to the music. So dangdut from the sound of ketipung, or
the name of the instruments is called ketipung.
Okay, ketipung, tatung, dangdut, tatung, dangdut, like that. Okay, the next slide. The main instrument in music dangdut is ketipung. Okay. Ketipung, one of the traditional Indonesian music, which is shaped like a kendang but has a smaller size, and ketipung is made of wood that is turned, then given a hole in the middle, measuring 20 centimeters to 14 centimeters. 40 centimeters. Okay, and then the next instrument is bambu seruling. Bambu seruling is a wind instrument made of bamboo. The voice of the bamboo seruling is very soft and squeaky, so that it makes people who hear it loud. Yes. Okay. The next instrument of dangdut music is tamborin. This is unique. Yeah? Unique. Tamborin is the sound of tamborin is okay. This is percussion instrument that is played by beating and shaking the tamborin. Okay. This is a main instrument of dangdut music. Okay. The next instrument is mandolin. Mandolin is traditional string instrument that has string and is played like a violin, but bukan digesek tapi dipetik.
Yeah, okay. So you just put the string, yeah, of the mandolin.
Yes, this instrument can be combined with other musical instruments to accompany traditional songs. Okay, but next slide, please. Oh no. Okay. But over time, dangdut music in Indonesia uses several other musical instruments, not only four main instruments. And the additional instruments used include bass,
okay,
rhythm guitar, melodic guitar, piano, strings, drums, and some woodwind instruments such as the saxophone, trombone, and trumpet. The number of musical instruments aims to make dangdut music more complex. Let's listen the example of dangdut music. Ya, ini tadi contoh kendang dan seruling bambu.
Okay, so that is the examples of the music or the basic instruments of dangdut music. That is kendang and also bambu seruling or flute made from a very small bamboo that makes a very lullaby sound. So as you can see, seems that that is the song, the lyrics of the song seems that I know that song. Pak Latif.
If you know the song, please sing.
But I'm sorry, my voice is not good. You are the singer. Can you play one more, please? The music. Yeah, the previous music. Yeah. Participants, yeah. Okay, dear participants, when you listen to the musical instruments that you just listened, what do you think? Do you also feel wants to dance listening to that music, or how? How do you feel then? Anyone wants to share? Stephanie Mana, perhaps from Philippines. Stephanie Mana, are you there? Or perhaps Jarshon. My head was shaking, Chaka. You are like this. If I'm not mistaken, the song is just like this, Pak Latif. Sungguh hatimu bagai batu. Isn't it?
Very good voice, yes.
Yes, I've done that. Yeah, that is actually the song, the lyrics of the song. In fact, may I read the chat box, please? Yeah, may I read the chat box, please? Can you open the chat box so I can read the message from the chat box? Yeah, from Hanif Azhar. I felt like I was in a kondangan. Yeah, kondangan is a kind of party. Yes. Yeah, so as being mentioned by Pak Latif, that dangdut is not only played, yeah, for formal, yeah, but it is also played for informal program, just like kondangan. Kondangan is a party, wedding party, yeah, wedding party, and of course, yeah, in every wedding party in Java, there should be music dangdut, and that is one of the music. Sungguh hatimu bagai batu, and then Pak Latif, how's the next? Okay, I felt like I was in the kondangan. It's like a reflect, yeah, to shake my head, because I've used to listen it every time there is a villages event, right? Yeah, it is not only kondangan. In any event in Java, not only in Java, but around Indonesia, dangdut is the music that is always played, Pak Latif. Yeah. Yes. Okay, good. From Kian Firdaus. Any other ones to share? Yeah? No? Hello, the Philippines. What do you think, listening to that music instruments? Can you share perhaps one of you, please? From SSU? No? Abigail Dauba, are you over there? Abigail Dauba? Abigail? Or Albeza Marian? Perhaps you can share your impression when listening to their musical instruments. Or let's invite Indonesian, to be honest, yeah, from Valencia, yeah, Rene Agnes Valencia. To be honest, it was quite relaxing because of the seruling sound, yes. Yeah, bamboo seruling. Yeah, it is what quite relaxing while listening to the instruments playing. Yes, that is the proof, Pak Latif, yes. As you mentioned, that dangdut music make people lullaby because of the music. Thank you for the sharing, guys. Thank you. Pak Latif, can we go?
Yes, the next example.
The next example of the song, dangdut music. Go.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Seems that it is a very different music from the first music. Yes. Pak Latif, can you explain to the participants about this?
The second example is kind of the modern music, dangdut music. The instrument not only for main instrument such as kentipung, trampolin, and etc. But any additional instrument like bass, guitar, and then piano, and etc.
Okay.
So, now modern dangdut is popular in Indonesia.
Right. Yeah. So not only can we call it as the classical dangdut music and modern dangdut music, is it, Pak Latif?
Yes.
Yeah, so the classical dangdut music is the dangdut played by 4 instruments, but right now, yeah, it is now mixed with another musical instruments like guitar and then melody, bass, and also other instruments. Very great. Yeah, some says that, well, dangdut is the best. Right. Yeah, Mas Ma. That's so relaxing. Thank you, yeah, for sharing with us your music. Of course, yeah, Giselle, down, shoot. I love how my body instantly moved to the music. Pak Latif, some participants were moving when they listen to dangdut. Seems that you have to ask them, all the participants here, to dance together. Pak Latif. Okay, let's go to the next. Let's go to the next.
Maybe we start practice.
Yes. Okay. Right. Okay. Pak Latif, yeah, will teach you how to sing dangdut song. Yeah, and then of course, please participants, yeah, listen to Pak Latif carefully, and then follow after Pak Latif, or repeat after Pak Latif sing the song. Is that the title of the song, Pak Latif? Hello Dangdut?
Hello Dangdut, yes.
Right.
Hello Dangdut.
Hello Dangdut. I think it is a very popular music.
Popularized by Rita Sugiarto.
Oh, Rita Sugiarto, my favorite singer.
The queen of
Dangdut. Right. You are right.
Maybe I read the...
Oh, you read the lyrics first?
Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Yang, digoyang-goyang, yang, digoyang. Dut, dut, dut. Yuk kita berdangdut, berdangdut. Yang digoyang, yang digoyang, yang. Dangdut, 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 dut, 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 dut. Ayo kawan-kawan gembira bersama. Ayo kawan-kawan bergoyang bersama, lepaskan rasa rindu kita semua dengan lagu yang gembira. Cobalah ikuti irama gembira, tua dan muda mari joget bersama, hilangkan rasa keluh kesah yang ada dengan lagu yang gembira.
Okay, very good lyrics, Pak Latif. Yeah, okay, dear participants, please unmute yourself because right after this, yeah, Pak Latif will teach you how to sing this song, and then we'll sing together this song. Of course, we'll also dance together with this song. Before Pak Latif teach you these lyrics, yeah, let me read again. Halo, 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 yang, digoyang-goyang, yang, let's dance, yeah. Dut, 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 yuk kita berdangdut, let's play dangdut music. Yang digoyang, digoyang. So please, yeah, Philippines, yeah, listen carefully. Yang digoyang, digoyang. Yang digoyang, digoyang. Dangdut, 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 ya. Ayo kawan-kawan gembira bersama. Let's play together. Be happy together. Ya, ayo kawan-kawan bergoyang bersama. Let's dance together. Ya, dengan lepaskan ya rasa rindu kita semua. Just release all of your feelings. Ya, bad feelings, good feelings. Just release it. So let's dance. Let's sing. Dengan lagu yang gembira, with a very cheerful song, ya. Cobalah ikuti irama gembira, please, ya. Follow the dance, ya. And then tua, muda, mari joget bersama. Young and also old, let's dance together. Hilangkan rasa keluh kesah yang ada. So please release all of your bad feelings, with this cheerful song. That is the general what is the meaning of this, of this dangdut. Pak Latif, you will start teaching them this song.
Maybe 3 3 lari
Yeah,
dulu.
three first lines. So please, dear participants, unmute yourself, to follow after Pak Latif.
Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang. Dut, dut, dut. Ayo kita berdangdut, berdangdut.
Wait, Pak Latif.
Yes,
very difficult. Very difficult. Please, one more. Please, participants, listen carefully. I believe that Indonesian participants can sing this song very carefully. But let's sing one more, Pak Latif, to make Philippine students listen carefully this one. Okay, Pak Latif.
Hello, hello, hello. Yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang. Dut, dut, dut. Yuk kita berdangdut, berdangdut.
Okay, Pak Latif, can we start from the first line?
Yes.
Okay, we will start from the first line and then please repeat after Pak Latif.
Hello, hello, hello.
Very difficult. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, please, your turn now. 1, 2, 3. Please, one more. I count 1, 2, 3, and then you start. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, since I see Jude Francesca from the Philippines. Jude, are you there? Hello, Jude. I listen to you singing this song. Okay. Jude? Yes. Can you repeat one more, please? Yes.
Hello, hello, hello.
Right, very great, please. Give him very big applause. Yeah. Okay, good. Now let's go to the next line, Pak Latif.
Yang digoyang.
Wait. One more.
Yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang.
Yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang. Okay, good. I count 1, 2, 3, and then your turn. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang.
Chandra Putra, since that you are very expert singing this song. Hello, Chandra. Can you repeat one more, please? Yeah, Lendola Putra. You. I cannot see your name. Yes. Okay. Good. Yeah. Please. Okay. Great. Very great. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you. Next, Pak Latif.
Tut, tut, tut. Ayo kita berdangdut.
Tut, tut, tut. Ayo kita berdangdut. Berdangdut. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Tut, 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 tut. Ayo kita berdangdut.
Berdangdut. Yeah. Tut, tut, tut. Okay. Now let's start from the first line to the third line. Pak Latif, can you repeat one?
Hello. Yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang. Tut, tut, tut. Yuk kita berdangdut.
Hello. Hello, yang digoyang-goyang, yang digoyang, dut, ya kita berdangdut. Great. Now your turn. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Hello, yang digoyang, dut, ya kita berdangdut. Okay, great. Yeah, very good, Pak Latif. It is easy to learn. It is easy to learn this song. Can you go, Pak Latif?
Okay, the next phrase. Yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang,
Four times.
Four times. Yeah.
Yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, Good. Since that Cetro, you have a very nice cengkok. We call it. Hello, Cetro, are you there? Cetro? Yes? Yes, please start from the first line to the 8 lines. Come on. Hello. Okay, Pak Latif, please repeat yang digoyang, yang
digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, yang digoyang, digoyang, Four times.
Okay, Cetro, please. Yes. Yang digoyang, digoyang, yang. Great. Give him a very big applause. Great appreciation for you, Cetro. You have a very nice voice. Yeah, you have a very nice voice. I think you have to learn from Pak Latif the whole song. Okay, Pak Latif, can you go?
Dangdut, 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 dangdut,
dangdut, dangdut. Can you repeat after Pak Latif, please? 1, 2, 3.
Dangdut,
dangdut, dangdut, dangdut, dangdut. It's good. Okay. Pak Latif, seems that we need a very long time to finish listening to this song or learning this song.
Yes.
Perhaps we can play the music of the songs while listening to this. Please, dear participants, you can listen to the song while seeing the lyrics of the song, and then you can. Pak Latif, can we dance together right now?
Yes.
Can we invite the participants? Hello, dear participants. We are going to listen to this dangdut song.
Suaranya.
Wait a moment. Yeah, wait a moment. Dear participants, please stand up. Yeah, stand up. Listen to the song, and then let's dance together. Before you dance, I will invite all of the participants in this room. Come on, please, on screen, please. Ibu Sisil, Mas Arfan, please come on. Mbak Asa, are you? Come on, please. Ayo, Mas Atit, Mas Rahmat, Mbak Kita, please come on here. Here on screen, please. On screen, please. Come on. Mbak Nadira, Mbak Pinkan, please come here. Come here, please. You will see a lot of people here. Come on screen. Here.
Hello.
Hello. Say hello here. Come on. Right. We will sing together and dance together. Okay. Go. Okay. Yep. Play the music, please. How to dance?
Yang digoyang digoyang Ayo kita berdangdut yang digoyang yang digoyang yang ayo kawan-kawan gembira bersama, ayo kawan-kawan berjoget bersama, hilangkan rasa rindu kita semua dengan lagu yang gembira. Irama gembira, tua dan muda mari joget bersama dengan lagu yang gembira. Hello, hello, hello. Yang digoyang-goyang goyang. Ayo kita berdangdut. Yang digoyang yang digoyang Yeah, thank you very much. Wow, what a nice. After having physical activities yesterday, today we also have physical activities dancing with a very famous song Dangdut, Hello Dangdut. One of the participants asked about what is the meaning of Hello Dangdut. It is only actually only actually a title of the Dangdut. Hello means hello. Dangdut means the music of Dangdut. So Hello Dangdut. It was sang by a very popular singer. Queen of Dangdut of Indonesia, that is Rita Sugiarto. Dear participants, I think right after this you can open your YouTube and then please type Hello Dangdut. You will find out a lot of versions of this song, Pak Latif. Great. Please, can I see the chat box? Let me read okay. Ko Cetro, you are the artist today. You are the artist today. Cetro seems ready to join Dangdut singing competition. Yes, in Indonesia there are a lot of Dangdut singing competition. And today we have Superstar Dangdut. Yes, Dangdut Superstar.
Dangdut
Lida.
Lida Dangdut and other. Okay, good. About it, we go to talking about Dangdut, or we can move into Japanese. Right.
Songs.
Dear participants of SSU, USSU summer course, after learning about Dangdut, of course, it is only a kind of a very initial information about Dangdut. So you have also learned how to sing Dangdut, and the Philippine students are very good in singing this song, especially Cetro. Hello Cetro, you are the artist today. You sang very good Dangdut, from the very first line to the next. Good. So you can go to your YouTube and see this song and then listen more about Dangdut. Okay, please keep your questions later for Pak Latif. Then now we can go to the another musical traditional music of Indonesia, that is tembang. Pak Latif, you can go.
Okay, go to the next material, tembang Jawa. Tembang is a typical song from the Javanese people, accompanied by Javanese musical instruments. Not only the song is unique, but Tembang also has a different tone, pentatonic, like G, Ro, Lu, Mo, Nem. This is different with music in general, or diatonic, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do. Not like that, but in Japanese song, we use Jiro, Lu, Mo, Jiro, Lu, Mo, Nem, like that. Different with in general music, called pentatonic. The main note, the main tones only 5 tones.
Right,
yeah,
5. But it is in Java?
5.
5, okay.
Only 5, pentatonic. Okay, the next slide. Okay. Tembang Jawa, there are 5 types of Javanese songs. Dolanan songs, the first is dolanan song, and then mocopat song, tengahan songs, and ageng songs, and the last is gending song. Lagu yang saya bawakan pertama kali tadi itu termasuk dalam mocopat song.
Okay, mocopat. So the first song sang by Pak Latif at the very beginning of the session belongs to mocopat song.
Yes.
Okay.
That is Mas Kumambang.
Mas Kumambang.
Yes.
What about dolanan song, Pak Latif?
Dolanan
Which kind of song is it?
Dolanan song is for the children.
Can you give an example of the dolanan song?
Jaranan, jaranan, jarane, jaran teji, jaranan, jaranan, jarane, jaran teji.
That is dolanan song. Mocopat song was sang by Pak Latif at the very first. What about tengahan songs?
Tengahan song likes balaba. It likes the mocopat, but berbeda jenis.
Different types. So it is just like mocopat song, but it is different. Can you give us a very short example of tengahan songs?
Maybe later, yeah.
Oh, maybe later. Okay, good. What about ageng songs? What is different, Pak Latif?
Ageng song mirip dengan mocopat song, tetapi ada perbedaan. Aturannya lebih longgar daripada mocopat song.
Oke.
Kalau mocopat song ada guru lagu, guru wilangan, guru gotro. Kalau Sekar Ageng ini hanya guru wilangan saja ya.
Okay, so ageng songs also belongs to also similar with mocopat song, but it is very flexible in terms of the rules, in terms of the rules. Okay, what about the last one, gending song?
Gending song ini lagu-lagu yang diiringi untuk mengiringi sebuah gending.
I see. So gending songs are the songs to play at the same time with gending.
Yes.
Can you give an example, Pak Latif, the gending song? Any example?
Ayo konco ngayahi karyaning praja rene gugur gunung nyambut gawe. Itu ada tembang gugur gunung seperti itu.
That is the title of the song is Gugur Gunung. Okay, go Pak Latif, I'll be the next.
Okay. And tembang Jawa tone are two types. The first type is pelok. Pelok number 1 is pronounced as G. Number 1 is pronounced as G, and then number 2 is ro, not re but ro. Number 3 is lu. 1 is G, 2 is ro, 3 is lu, 5 is mo, and then 6 is nem.
No number 4?
No.
Okay,
no number
so as you can see there, only 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1 G comes from CG, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Ro comes from loro. Lu comes from telu. No 4, no 4 tones, in Java, and then we jump to 5, limo, mo, and then nem, or nem, ke Pak Latif.
Okay, and then in the distance between the notes or tone is different. 1 to 2 is 120 cent, jaraknya
Ya,
ada
oke.
120 sen. 2 to 3 is 150 sen, and then 3 ini tinggi jaraknya, jaraknya terlalu lebar, high distance, ya, about 390 sen to 5 tone, yes, and then 5 to 6 is only 120 sen. Mungkin saya bisa mengatakan yang
Okay, so Paratif will show you the examples how the difference between the distance between 1 to 2, that is only 1 and 120. Okay, Paratif.
Ini tipis.
Okay, very
dari mo ke 3
very
jauh.
jump. Yeah, very fast.
Namo loro ciro manam ciro loro cinamo loro cinamo. Ini yang untuk nada pelok.
Wonderful. Pelok tones. Seems that everybody are amazed with your voice, Paratif. Okay, go Paratif. Let's listen to your voice. Nice voice. Okay.
The next slide. The second tone in Japanese song is slendro.
Slendro. So the next slide, please.
Slendro. Different with pelok. Pelok, the distance between the tone is different, but slendro, the distance between the tone is same.
Okay.
Same. About 240 sen. In 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5, and 5 to 6. It sounds like Rojinamo namci rolu namci jarak setiap nada itu sama kalau untuk
very consistent, distance between 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, different from the pelok. So slendro. Missed again with the Paratif voice. Go Paratif.
Maybe we start to practice the slendro tone.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, participants, Paratif asked us to practice this slendro tone. Let's listen carefully, even perhaps the Japanese or the Indonesian find difficulties in singing this tone. So please listen carefully. Pak Latif gives us an example, and then please repeat after Pak Latif sing the tones.
Okay, this is the next slide.
Oh, this is slendro?
Yes,
Okay,
slendro.
good.
Slendro. Rojinamo namci rolu namci ro. Mungkin dari ro dulu.
Okay. Okay, please repeat after Pak Latif. Wait a moment. Please, dear participants.
Ro is 2. Ro is 2.
Wait, Pak Latif.
Yes.
Please make all the participants unmute the microphone, so you can repeat after Pak Latif. Okay. Everybody, please unmute yourself and then repeat after Pak Latif. Okay, good. Thank you, Pak Latif. You can start. One, two, three.
ro, the high tone, high octave.
High octave. Okay.
Not ro, but ro.
Oh, the high tone. Yes, the high one.
Ro, not ro, ro.
1, 2, 3. So it seems that I see Agnes has a very good voice.
Yes.
Agnes, are you there? Can you repeat after Pak Latif? Agnes, I see you. Can you repeat after Pak Latif? Okay. Is it right, Pak Latif?
Kalau perempuan itu harus tembakannya nadanya harus yang tinggi.
Oke.
Pakai yang apa?
Right.
The high tone. Head voice.
The head voice, the high tone. So generally, Pak Latif says that generally women, has the higher tone than the men.
Okay.
So you have to catch the highest tone.
Itu masih yang rendah.
That is the low. Yeah, low voice register. Okay.
Head voice.
Head voice.
Use head voice. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Agnes. Can we go to Hannah Claire? Hello, Hannah Claire. Will you try? Okay, good, Agnes. Thank you. Hannah Claire, are you there? Can you try? Okay, Hannah, please.
Maybe start from the low
voice. The low, okay.
The low note. The low tone, yes.
I think it is easier to start from the low.
Start from G. G. Number one is G. G. Ro. G. G.
Please repeat after Pak Latif. 1, 2, 3. G.
Ro. Lu. Ma. Nam. G. Ra. Ra. Ji. Nam. Ma. Lu. Ro. Ji. Nam. Mo. Nam. Ji. Ro. Lu. Ma. Nam. Ji. Ra. Ra. Ji. Nam. Ma. Lu. Ro. Ji. Nam. Mo.
So difficult. Seems that Japanese, learning about Japanese tones are more difficult than dangdut, as our previous course. Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, participants, perhaps later, Pak Latif is the expert in Japanese music actually. Dear, participants. Participants from the Philippines. Later, perhaps you can also browse the Japanese traditional music that is called as tembang, Pak Latif.
Yes.
And then to know more about Japanese. Seems that it's going to be very difficult with a very short time. To master these tones. Pak Latif, any song you can sing from this kind of selindro or pekok or whatever.
Selindro, any song, rek, ayo rek.
That is Surabayanese song. Pak Latif, please sing this rek ayo rek.
Rek ayo rek mlaku-mlaku nang junjungan. Rek ayo rek rame-rame bebarengan. Cak ayo cak sapa gelem melu aku. Cak ayo cak golek kenalan saayu. Ngalor ngidul lewat toko ngundang apa. Masih omong nyinggal ati lega. Sopo ngerti nasib awak lagi muncul. Kenalan naik sing dodol rujak cingur. Jok dipikir podo gaduwe sangu. Jok dipikir angger podo gelem laku. Mangan tahu jok dicampur karo timun. Malam minggu gak apik digawe nglamun.
Please give you a very big applause. Okay, very nice song. Yeah. Rek Ayo Rek is a very popular song from Surabaya. Yeah, sang in Javanese language. Yeah, Rek Ayo Rek. Yeah, Rek Ayo Rek. Okay, Pak Atif, there are still something to discuss?
No.
No? That is enough? From Java? Okay, good. Thank you very much, Pak Latif, for the information. Yeah, from Dangdut and also from Java. It is very interesting. Yeah, learning or knowing Dangdut as the Indonesian music and also Javanese music. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your hand if you have any question, or you can type it in your chat box, and then I'll read your question. Please, if you want to have direct question, please raise your hand. We still have how many minutes? How long? 7 minutes? 5 minutes? 5 minutes. We still have 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, we still have 5 minutes, yeah, to have the question. Please raise your hand. Feel free to raise your hand, or you can write your question on the chat box. Anyone wants to ask? Please. Citro, do you want to ask a question?
Citro,
or do you want to continue learning the previous Dangdut song?
Sir, how can we apply to the Dangdut competition?
Yes.
Ada dari Thailand yang biasanya ikut.
Right. Yes.
Di Indonesia.
Right. Yeah. It is very easy, Citro. Yeah. It is very easy to actually one of the TV stations in Indonesia had a competition called as
Thailand, Malaysia.
Asian Dangdut competition. Yeah, Asian Dangdut competition, and one of the participants are around Asia.
Yes.
Yeah, from Philippines, from Thailand, from Malay, from other countries in Asia. You can join that one, Citro. Yeah, yeah, go. Your friends have been very sure that you can compete on that competition. Yeah, Citro. Yeah. Liga Dangdut Asia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Liga Dangdut Asia. Now, Citro, don't you want to join Dangdut Academy? My question already answered. Yeah, yes, yeah. Mas Hirman, yeah, Citro is going to join the Dangdut Academy. Yeah, good luck, Citro. Yeah, any other question, please? Go. We will support you, Citro. Yes, thank you for the support. Yeah. Okay, Pak Latif. If you are talking about Dangdut music, for example, nowadays, yeah, it turns into a very various kind of Dangdut. So yes, yeah, classical Dangdut is still played by some people, but right now a lot of people play different Dangdut.
Yes.
Whether it is called as koplo, Dangdut koplo,
pop Dangdut,
and other. Can you give us a very slight explanation about it, Pak Latif?
Mungkin
it is okay. Let me translate it.
Yeah. macam-macam genre dangdut ya. Dangdut ada beberapa macam, ada yang akhirnya dari koplo Jawa Timur ini gudangnya dangdut koplo yang diutamakan di dangdut koplo itu adalah ketipungnya, kendangnya sama ada breaknya itu, ada break istilahnya apa ya? Break rem di break apa istilahnya break. Kalau koplo seperti itu, jadi ada yang pop lebih ke lagu-lagu pop yang dimainkan melalui musik-musik dangdut seperti itu.
Okay, so nowadays there are a lot of different genres of music, dangdut itself. There are koplo, pop dangdut, and pantura, reggae dangdut, and a lot of music. Okay, great, very rich, dangdut. Okay, a question from Rene Agnes. One question. Okay, we will have two questions perhaps, yes, from Rene and also Firdaus perhaps. A lot of questions comes. Good evening. How will you influence the youth in nurturing the importance of your traditional music such as those two? Pak Latif, bagaimana kemudian misalkan Pak Latif ini penyanyi, Pak Latif penyanyi, bagaimana kemudian mengajak para kaula muda ini untuk mencintai minimal dan kemudian menyanyikan lagu-lagu itu?
Untuk mencintai lagu-lagu itu biasanya kami juga memulainya dari pendidikan di sekolah-sekolah. Di sekolah-sekolah itu ada kurikulum mengenai tembang Jawa. Jadi mulai dari SD, SMP dan SMA mereka juga diajari tembang Jawa di sekolah. Selain itu juga banyak apa ya istilahnya sosial media yang sekarang juga banyak memuat istilahnya lagu-lagu yang berbahasa Jawa, lagu-lagu Jawa, mulai dari anak-anak kecil sampai orang dewasa.
Okay, so there are some different ways in how the singer, for example, Pak Latif, makes the young generation, starting from the very young age to the old one. That first one by formal ways. Started from the school, there is a certain curriculum, learning about Javanese music, perhaps also including dangdut. So that is for the formal one. The informal one, nowadays there are a lot of social media, that played dangdut and also Javanese music. So everybody now, starting from the very young people to the old one, are playing dangdut. Thank you. One more question, may I have? I am also curious about the English version of dangdut. And English, as an information that some foreigners, some foreigners, musicians from US, musicians from UK are also playing dangdut. So you can browse in YouTube. You can browse in YouTube how dangdut in an English version are sing. Yes, thank you very much. There are still some questions, but I think Pak Latif will answer. We can answer via YouTube or any other platform. Thank you very much, Pak Latif. Very exciting, moment talking about Indonesian music, dangdut, and also Javanese. I think it comes on to the closing session. It is now 7. Dear ladies and gentlemen, participants of the SSU USSU Summer Course 2022, we come to the end of today's meeting. One more, thank you, Pak Latif. Thank you, Pak Latif. Thank you for your very exciting, very great experience today, teaching the students how to know about dangdut and also Javanese music, and teach them how to sing dangdut and also Java music. It was very great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I think, it is time for me to close the session today. But before I close the session today, thank you very much for your attention today. Very great, okay, very great, meeting today, starting talking about the history of Surabaya. You have learned about Surabaya as the city of hero. yeah, by knowing some important historical places in Surabaya, and of course it gives you a very deep information about Surabaya. One more, that it was only small parts of Surabaya, so please, yeah, Indonesian coming out of from out of Surabaya, come to Surabaya, come to campus and explore Surabaya. Philippine students, SSU students, and other students, yeah, coming from different countries, please come to Indonesia, come to Surabaya to know more about Surabaya as the second big city, as the city of hero, and learning about Indonesian music, dangdut music and traditional music. You've learned a lot today. Yeah, know the history of dangdut, know the history of Java, yeah, tembang, and then you have also practice. Yeah, one of you, Citro, you are going to be the artist in Indonesia. You can join the dangdut competition here. I believe that you can do. So please, thank you. So one more, please. Thank you very much for your appreciation, for your attention today, joining today's meeting. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry if I have a mistake during reading the session today. I'm Asrari as the moderator today. Thank you very much and see you next time. Bye. I give to the Master of Ceremony.
Okay, thank you, Pak Asrari, for today. So guys, that's the end of our agendas today. How is it? I want to know what your feeling about our agenda today. Maybe one of the participants can unmute your microphone. Maybe from State University of Surabaya or Summer State University
Arhan Robani.
or the other university.
Ditunjuk aja Mbak. Arhan. Oh, Hirman. Yeah.
Okay, maybe Firman.
Yes.
Okay, Firman.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So how do you feel about our events today, Firman? Cedro, are you there?
Hello.
Okay, hello. So how do you feel about our event today?
I've enjoyed singing even though I can't really understand but it's really catchy. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for Hirman and Cedro. And okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our agenda today. Thank you so much for the speakers, officers, and participants that have already joined this event enthusiastically. We hope that what we have learned today can give a lot of beneficial for us. And don't forget about joining our tomorrow's event. There will be a lot of fun and exciting activities, and I would like to remind you, especially for the participants, to do assignment, to make the summary. The summary is filled out about what you learned and what you get from today's lecture. You can submit in the submission link, and the link will be given later in the WhatsApp group. Once again, thank you so much. See you tomorrow and goodbye.